Hi, and welcome to our tutorial today on the missing stitch. We have a pattern that I've already done a bunch of, and the count is wrong for this. It should be 11 stitches and it's 10. So let's look at what we've got here. We have a purl stitch. You can see because the little collar's in the front. The knit stitch because they make little V's. Knit stitch, little V, knit stitch, little V. And this is our SK2P. We can see because we have two loops coming from different directions, so it looks different than the rest. And here's another knit, another knit, another knit, the yarn over, and another purl stitch. So we know that it's purl 1, yarn over. So this stitch is missing. Now this is where I'd say put a marker in, but I know that it is a stitch past my green marker. So one of the ways to fix this is just to slide all the stitches over tip to tip, being careful not to drop any. And this is where, people, you just want to be careful you don't split anything or any of that. Okay, we've moved our marker, and here's our purl stitch. And we know that our stitch should be here. Now this is tight, but it's okay. It'll be fine. So you go from back to front and you pick up this bar, and then you're going to place it on the needle. Now you can see how this leg is in back and this leg is in front. This is the correct way to put it on. You don't want to put it on like that. That won't work. And this is the same as a lifted increase or a bar increase, and for that you would just knit it through the back, and if you knit it through the back, then it would turn into just a normal stitch. It would be an increase, but we want it as a yarn over. So now our yarn over is where we need it to be. So we're gonna slide all these stitches back. So give me a second while I slide all these stitches back and get to purling on the other side, and I'll be with you in a moment. Okay, now I've purled down, this is the back, and here's our stitch that we just added, and you can see again the right leg is in front just like it's supposed to be, because if the right leg is on the right in the front, it'll be on the right in the back. That's the way it works. But if it was wrong, there is a way to fix this. You just want to purl through the back loop, and that'll turn it around. See, when you purl through the back loop, you're going this way. So it's really easy to do with a yarn over, but purl through the back loop, and that turns it around. So now it's correct. But really, yarn overs are great because, if you dropped it, you could pick it up again. So you could pick it up from the back. I stretch it so much now that it's actually a really good yarn over. So it's really easy to put this in, to take it out if it was extra. If you needed to, we're going to take back a stitch just for a second. If the wrong place was here, then we could just, pull out that slack that we've made and put it here. So if you have the yarn over in the wrong place, you can just move it. It's really, really versatile. Really easy to do on that first or second row. And so we just purl it, and we purl to the end, and my yarn is splitting. Okay, and now when we look between the marker. We've got the purl stitch, the yarn over, the 3 knits, 1, 2, 3, and there's that SK2P, 3 knits, and we've got 11 stitches again. So that's how you put in a yarn over from the front or the back, from the first, from the row you're on, or the purl row right after it. You can do a lot on the purl row. You could say you forgot your PSSO. If you give me a second, I'll rip out and I'll show you what that looks like. Hold on one sec. Okay, so once again I've got, drop my marker. Once again I've got a problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have too many stitches. So we go through the reading of the knitting. That's my purl, which, oh my goodness, is so split. Okay, that's my purl, that's my yarn over. This is my knit, my knit, my knit, and I see that I have 3 knits over here. I have this stitch that, see, it's kind of weird, right? It isn't attached. So we know this is a slip stitch by how it looks. See how it comes from under here, so it was just slipped. And we know that this was a knit 2 together because of how it's leaning to the right. So we know that we just need to pass that stitch over, and then we have our PSSO, or pass the slip stitch over, part of our SK2P. That's the P in there, the path. So you can fix almost anything on the row you're on, or the row following it, the purl row, if it's a purl row. It's not always going to be, just a purl row, but you can fix things before they get out of hand. So if you have a huge blanket, you don't have to rip back the whole row if you're missing one repeat stitch. Just learn to read your knitting, take time, just relax with it, have fun, and I hope you guys have a great day and happy knitting. Thanks for watching.